On the 4th of April 1943, a US Army Air Force B-24 Liberator bomber named Lady Be Good took off along with 23 other bombers from their base in North Africa. The crew had only been in Libya for a week, and this mission to bomb a target in Naples, Italy, was their very first combat flight. After the mission, though, the Lady Be Good didn't return to base. At 12:12 a.m, the pilot, Lieutenant William Hatton, radioed to say that their automatic direction finder wasn't working, and he asked for a heading. The base at Suluk lit flares to make their location even more visible, but the plane never arrived. The search and rescue mission was launched in the Mediterranean Sea, but no trace was ever found of the plane or its crew. So what happened? Well, the mystery wasn't solved until 15 years later, well after the war was over. In May 1958, a Silver City Airways flight reported seeing wreckage on the ground 710 kilometres southeast of Suluk, the complete opposite direction to where the search and rescue mission had taken place. There'd been no reports of lost or missing planes in the area though, so it wasn't followed up. It wasn't until May 1959 that a team from Wheelus Air Base, a nearby United States Air Force base located in British-occupied Libya, went to the crash site. They discovered that it was the Lady Be Good, and despite being broken into two pieces, was in remarkably good condition. The machine guns and the radio still worked, there was food and water on board, and a thermos of tea was even found to still be drinkable. It was no doubt an eerie discovery. The crew were nowhere to be found, and it wasn't until the following year that a formal search for the remains of the 5 crew took place. 5 of the 9-man crew were recovered some distance from the wreck. Further searches discovered more bodies. One was 32 kilometres northwest of the 5 bodies, and another was found 42 kilometres further on from there. 320 kilometres from the crash site. All this indicated that the crew walked a long time before slowly dying one by one. The final recovered body was found in August 1960. Examinations of the remains determined that 8 of the 9 crew members parachuted to safety, while the parachute on the body of 2nd Lieutenant John S. Waravka was found to have not fully opened, meaning that he probably plummeted to his death. A diary found on the body of co-pilot Robert Toner detailed the excruciating days that followed. After locating each other using gunshots and flares, the survivors began to walk northward. They walked for 8 days with only 1 canteen of water to share between them. They walked 130 kilometres, at which point 5 of the crew decided to stay put, while the other 3 went on. The locations of the bodies that were found later back up this account. After bailing out, the Lady Be Good flew on empty for 26 kilometres before crashing. If the crew had been able to locate the site, they might have been able to survive on the rations on board, and even call for help on the still operational radio. As it was, they set off in a different direction, and the desert slowly took them. I find the story of Lady Be Good to be a haunting symbol of wartime aviation.